Hello, and a very warm welcome to you all and thank you for logging in plenty of time today. I'm Heather Thorpe and I'm from juststyle.com, which, if you're not familiar with us, we're actually an online publisher of global news, analysis and intelligence for the apparel, textile and footwear industry. So thank you for joining us today for the expert webinar, Learn How to Speak Fashion 4.0, which is brought to you by industry-leading technology company Lectra. So without further ado, I will introduce you to today's speakers from Lectra. There has been a slight change to the published speakers. So first of all, today we have Valerie Valiance, and she is the Corporate Marketing Manager at Lectra. Now, Valerie graduated with an MBA degree from the Institut Français de la Mode in Paris, France. Prior to joining Lectra in 2002, she had a variety of jobs in marketing before deciding to specialize in fashion. Valerie spent several years working directly with marketing teams in Lectra offices around the world, developing a solid understanding of different regional fashion markets. Most recently, she has shifted her focus to the increasingly popular made-to-measure category and the business opportunities that it offers. Our second speaker for today is Laura Miles-Pro, and she is a CAD solution specialist, and she's the project manager for Lectra's fashion and apparel marketing division. She's responsible for promoting Lectra's fashion product offering to brands and retailers across the globe. Laura has over 30 years experience in working with Lectra and is a graduate of the University of Cincinnati's DAP Design program in Ohio. And she began her career as a designer and pattern maker in Los Angeles in 1984, joined Lectra's US operations in professional services in 1987, then relocated to France in 1992. Her career experience includes product marketing for design solutions, events marketing, project implementation for large accounts, and promotional marketing for the fashion and apparel sectors. So kicking off today will be Valerie. Now Valerie and Laura both bring a wealth of experience and knowledge to today's webinar. So as I say, Valerie will start off today. So I will pass you directly over to Valerie now.
Hello, thank you, Heather. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this webinar. I am Valerie, speaking to you from Lectra in the lovely city of Paris.
And hello, everyone. This is Laura speaking, and I'm speaking to you from Bordeaux, France.
Okay. So without further ado, let's jump straight into today's topic. What do we call Fashion 4.0? Well, it is the technology, expertise, knowledge, and skills with which we equip our customers so that they can strive in this new digital era in fashion. We at Lectra are committed to helping our customers, which are brands, manufacturers, and retailers, speak today's language of fashion.
So today we'll be sharing with you these three topics. The first is the 4 megatrends influencing our industry today and for the coming years. The second will be the new requirements in design, in product development, and in production, and how Lectra's value proposition answer these needs, with a quick overview of our fashion solutions. Following that, we'll be sharing with you some global case studies, providing you with insights as to how 2 companies use our solutions, their challenges, their motivations, how they're working with our solutions, and the benefits that they've perceived.
Okay, now let's start with the 4 megatrends. Trend number 1, the millennials. How are millennials changing our industry, the fashion industry? This also connected group of individuals is growing in purchasing power and has a distinct behavior. They are seen by consumers that look to share their experiences, both good and bad. Millennials have a preference for good-fitting, personalized products. The experience is as important, if not more important, than the products that they purchase. They prefer quality over quantity, renting over owning, and want simple, intuitive relationships with the brands they love and the ultimate in shopping experiences. Now, let's see, how does the market adjust to millennials? What is the market's reaction to millennials? These new consumers require that brands and retailers be an active part of their social environment, exercising simplicity and rapidity, offering personalization, consistency, and sustainability when creating and developing and marketing new collections to them.
The second mega trend is the gradual and consistent transformation of data into digital form. And this offers brands and retailers vast opportunities to analyze and to predict consumer behavior, to transform the customer experience, both in-store and online, to make faster, better educated decisions, and to share collaborative process scenarios across the supply chain. Collaborative development in real time allows companies to share information and to work faster. Analytics enable us to predict behaviors and to get ahead of the trends. Big data can help the industry to connect with consumers at a personal level. 3D rendering not only improves the experience, but it also enables merchandisers and design teams to work hand in hand with suppliers and to streamline the product development process. Augmented and virtual reality allow us to interact with consumers differently, and the Internet of Things and connected devices are literally transforming the retail world. Well, going digital also comes with new challenges for this industry. It calls for new profiles that can map and rethink customer journeys to create new customer experiences, going beyond the traditional confines. It brings us to connected consumers and to connect them numerically with the product, to redesign the value chain. These changes require technology investments to store and to manage large volumes of data and to analyze the information that brings value. As we go digital, we're also moving toward full connectivity and total transparency of the supply chain.
Okay, what about the third trend? Okay, the third trend, well, it's not easy to provide a simple definition of Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 has come about thanks to new technologies, cyber physical systems, the Internet of Things, cloud computing, robotics, and so on, you name it. Industry 4.0 is founded on the digitalization of industrial processes, from design to production, and the connection in real time between participants, objects, and production lines. One thing is sure, it is impacting the value chain and requiring companies to rethink the way they do business. Next slide, please. Yes, thank you. Industry 4.0 is redefining how factories are organized. It defines a new type of factory that is digitalized and connected, not only because the objects within a factory are connected to each other, but above all, because the factory is connected to consumers. Some call it manufacturer to consumer, or M2C, a model with fewer intermediaries between consumers and manufacturers, making it possible to create personalized goods in line with consumers' requirements. This new industrial revolution brings challenges as well. Challenges to provide full visibility, to adopt 4.0 compliant technology, and to interpret data for more informed decisions. It requires an agile mindset and training to acquire new competencies and enhance skills.
Economists do not agree on China's current economic situation. Some believe that the country is going to face a major crisis, while others believe that the country still has big potential. Everyone agrees that China is at a crossroad and is undergoing a major transformation. Changes in China will have a lasting impact on our industry. No longer a low-cost sourcing destination, China has also become the world's largest consumer market, upscaling the quality of manufacturing operations and providing more value-added services. China is investing heavily in technology to become the undisputed leader for the manufacturing of high-end products. With a market driven by e-commerce and mobility and a rapidly growing middle class, the Chinese have an increasingly acquired appetite for premium products. Three forces of change that are creating a two-speed economy in China are, first, upward mobility. The consumption growth is being driven by the rise of the upper middle class and the affluent. The second is a generational shift. Millennials are now the largest consumer market, representing 30% of the Chinese population. Their consumption is planned to reach 53% of total consumption by 2020. And the third force is e-commerce. Online business in China is estimated to be 24% in 2020. By encouraging the construction of innovation centers throughout China, the ultimate goal of the Chinese government with the initiative 2025 is to make Chinese companies less and less dependent on exports and to focus on their currently booming domestic market. The outsourcing of their supply chain also brings on new challenges for China. The extreme popularity of e-commerce in the region makes tremendous demands on flexible inventory management, and in this two-speed consumption economy, China also still struggles to build their own brand image.
We are on the road to a more digital world. The quality of data and the speed and security of its exchange throughout the extended supply chain is essential in design, in product development, and in production. The key to success is connectivity. Connectivity between teams and departments to create innovative new products and great product mixes, to produce them faster and better, and to be the first to present them online and in stores. For designers, this means being more innovative and more connected to consumers to design products in line with their desires. Increasing design volumes to meet growing and changing consumer demands, reducing the design cycles to be first online and into stores, respecting cost constraints while maintaining creativity. For pattern makers, this requires being able to develop new products faster than ever, reducing the product life cycle to be the first to consumer, increasing the frequency of styles and variants introductions during a season, respect cost constraints, and as well as maintaining the designer's intent. For product teams, this means being flexible to meet just-in-time and large-scale production requirements, reducing lead times to deliver more orders on time and in full, being agile to respond to changes in production requirements, optimizing costs by reducing fabric use without compromising quality.
So Lectra's response is a market-inspired strategy which is founded on the principles of Industry 4.0. Our mission at Lectra is to work with forward-thinking companies to facilitate the digital transformation of this industry, empowering brands, retailers, and manufacturers from design to production to provide you with the market respect and peace of mind you deserve.
A few words about Lectra. With full international coverage through 33 fully owned subsidiaries, 5 call centers operated by seasoned Lectra experts, and 3 advanced technology centers, where you can see our equipment and solutions in action, we are proud to serve over 23,000 customers in more than 100 countries around the globe. Step into this new industrial age with a partner that has experience. Lectra embraced Industry 4.0 when it was still in its infancy. We are well positioned today to help our customers into this new age. With 40 years of experience in electronics, we have embedded precise performance monitoring capacity in our systems with hundreds of sensors, and also master the ability to extract valuable data for detailed analysis. By combining software, hardware, and services, we master all data coming from our solutions and can exploit it in the most efficient and impactful manner to support our customers at a strategic level. We have also 10 years of experience in the industrial Internet of Things, and are the only player to propose a complete value-added offer already compatible with the Industry 4.0. Since 2007, our machines have been connected, and we have gathered data for more than 3,000 Industry 4.0 compatible, that is to say connected machines, in operation at some 2,000 production sites over the 3-year period, and have studied the analysis of this data for many years to be able to provide specific value-added services to our valued customers. Our competitors have just started to embark in the Internet of Things. We have a leading edge over the competition in this domain. Our strong business expertise in fashion and apparel has been acquired by working with the most prestigious fashion brands, retailers, and manufacturers all over the world for more than 40 years. We are the only player in the industry today that has a complete and fully integrated offer for fashion.
So let's talk a little bit about our offer. From whatever your vantage point, as either a brand, retailer, or manufacturer, we have what it takes to help you to plan, to design, to develop, to source, industrialize, and produce the products that will make your business successful. Our value proposition for the fashion industry begins with Lectra Fashion PLM 4.0, a smart, agile, friendly, and connected solution to respond to the unique challenges faced by fashion companies in this new era. With built-in business intelligence and industry best practices, this new offer is easy to install quickly, with 3 standard packages addressing the needs of brands, retailers, or manufacturers. The offer is also modular and friendly, permitting growth with 8 additional modules, and is easily configurable for rapid onboarding and user adoption. Lectra Fashion PLM 4.0 is also the most connected PLM offer on the market, connecting different processes, technologies, and people together around a common, ready, robust, and responsive platform. This connectivity extends to the different business applications, which can also be used independently from the Lectra Fashion PLM solution. The product range, Koolaid O, gives the designer what's needed to boost their creativity. The Madara range is the pattern maker's ally for the creation of patterns and samples. The Amino Fashion and OptiPlan combine to give production teams a perfect pair to industrialize product planning. And the Vector series of automated cutting systems brings speed, quality, and performance to the cutting room. Take a trip to the design room, which is a bustling environment where creativity meets consumer demand. Designers today are under lots of pressure to be more innovative, to create more styles and more variations, to release capsule collections more often, to create them faster than the competition, and to respond better to consumer demands. The Koolaid O range enables designers to produce consumer-centric styles and textiles much faster. Koolaid O Style provides a structured way of creating and storing sketches, styles, collections, and compositions with a friendly object-based interface for design and data management. Color is controlled skillfully and precisely with a fully integrated spectral data driven by Pantone X-Rite devices to read, to display, to print, and to communicate color correctly in any environment. Kaleo Print combines artistry and automation for the rapid creation and specification of printed textile design. Koolaid O Weave reposes on professional 3D yarn and weave structure libraries to create quick, realistic weave simulations and instructions for fabric mills. And Koolaid O Knit uses the same 3D yarn libraries as well as 3D stitch libraries to give knit designers the tools they need to create reach out and touch it, jacquard and structured knit simulations, as well as the specs needed to knit them. And finally, last but not least, the power of integration connects the Koolaid O range with the Adobe Creative Cloud for companies that want to combine Koolaid O textile solutions with Adobe Illustrator for product design. Pattern making teams are the technicians that are responsible for the volumes and the fit of the product line. They are also under the heavy pressures brought on by today's influences. The Madara range provides a modular approach to pattern making and sampling with products for each level of pattern making expertise required. Madara Essential is an entry-level module addressing the needs of suppliers, providing grading and pattern industrialization as services. Madara's Classic provides maximum control for on-screen pattern drafting. Madara's Expert 2D goes even farther with the addition of unique parametric features for the creation of smart links to speed up pattern creation and modification. Madara's 3D combines classic pattern making with 3D sampling. This environment is the perfect mix for creating volumes, perfecting them, and perfecting fit in record time. And finally, Madara's Expert 3D is the ultimate in pattern making technology with both parametric pattern drafting and a 3D environment for the top of the line in speed and accuracy. In the marking room, a host of activities take place that have a large incidence on the company's bottom line earnings. With fabric making up the majority of product costs, finding material savings is the name of the game throughout the product lifecycle. The Diamino Fashion range provides marker making modules for every requirement in this domain. Rapid and accurate fabric consumptions for cost estimates are made either interactively or fully automatically with Diamino Fashion Interactive or Diamino Fashion Pro. Whether the fabrics are plain or patterned and with or without shading problems, the integrated visual marker manager prepares your cut plans for production, taking all the necessary constraints into consideration, and enables you to compare different matching options to select the best costing scenarios. The fully automatic module, Diamino Fashion Expert, takes marker making to the fully automatic level, allowing you to treat lists of markers by batch, either overnight or in mass time. To master procurement and production planning needs, the OptiPlan range, also available in either interactive or fully automatic applications, helps production teams to evaluate the best options in production scenarios, balance preparation and cutting times, and the cost of spreading, cutting, and bundling operations. Once the scenarios are analyzed, OptiPlan executes the spread plans and the cut plans that are necessary to complete production orders. OptiPlan Expert is the top of the line in order planning. It's a solution that connects ERP systems containing consolidated consumer orders, as well as material information, CAD systems, and CAM systems to automate the entire process from order to cutting. Vector is a full range of expert cutting systems with the best that technology has to offer in precision, speed, and performance. With visual control, built-in connectivity and intelligence, and anti-error systems, Vector cuts precisely, even with zero buffer, and even in the largest ply heights. Recognized worldwide as the best-in-class cutting range with the lowest cost of ownership, whatever your business model, there's a Vector solution to meet your needs.
Whether your production is very high volume, flexible just in time, customized, or made to measure, we provide a full range of 4.0 ready vector cutting systems to fit your requirements. Increase operational excellence with specific vector ranges dedicated to fashion, denim, lingerie, or footwear applications. With literally hundreds of software and hardware engineers and lean development and production processes, Lectra has a very ambitious roadmap. Over the last 2 years, we've focused on developing our future fully Industry 4.0 compliant offers. In 2017, we tested them in action and fine-tuned them with selected industry partners. In 2018, we will progressively launch these exciting new solutions to the market, followed by already planned enhancements to arrive as early as 2019. Our new 100% 4.0 compliance solutions would bring our current product offers forward and combine software as a service and other industry-specific services via cloud technologies to exploit and analyze data and integrate best practices. But don't take our word for it. The sampling of a few of our more than 20,000 customers should help you see how happy we are to count many large fashion groups, luxury and specialty brands, retailers, e-tailers, and manufacturers among our trusting partners the world over. We'd love for you to join the list. And now, a few case studies for you to see how our solutions are used by a couple of our prized customers.
So first, we're going to take a case study that's concerning Madara. And I'm going to speak about a company named Tesco. Tesco is a UK retailing giant which has a privately owned label named FNS. If we take a look, this is one of the UK's largest retailers. The company was founded in 1919 in London, England. They employ roughly 460,000 people and sell their products in about 23 countries around the world. They have nearly 7,000 stores in addition to their online operations and franchises. And Tesco achieves roughly £50 billion in revenues yearly. Their single private label brand FNS is comprised of both women's wear, menswear, and children's wear fashion. So when Tesco came to us, their challenges that initiated the project with Lectra dealt with inconsistent fit on the same product from different suppliers. Each of their factories created their own patterns and from their own size charts. And that means that they had their own block patterns, which were not the same from supplier to supplier. So even from the base, there was inconsistency, and it just got worse and worse. There were also multiple fit sessions on live models in the UK, which were being done at the time, and that elongated their lead times severely. So when they began the project with us, FNF decided to open up a brand new department and hire in pattern makers to run their fit project. And as a part of the initial pilot test, 27 styles were selected to be fit approved, and new base sizes were created, and all patterns were fully graded. Now this pilot test lasted about 6 weeks. 3D was involved in order to verify the shapes and to verify the new grading rules that were applied. They did these tests without making a single physical sample. And when the 3D fits were perfected, and only when they were perfected, then the physical samples were sewn to see the results and to evaluate the results. So the findings were that the full range of size sets developed in 3D, the first time fit was reduced from 1.8 to 1.2 samples per style. That was already a significant reduction. They were able to standardize their block patterns, and this brought consistent fit from all of their suppliers. They were able to reduce their time to market for their new fashion products to only 7 days. And that allowed them to be more responsive to new consumer trends. This provided them with greater fit across all product ranges, consistency of their product quality and the fit from wherever they were sourced. And it also ended in a reduction in sample making time and cost, which increased their first-time fit approvals. So in the long run, they really shortened their lead times significantly. We have some quotes from Ben Lee, which is the senior designer for FNS, and he tells us that now they can get products from concept into the store in just 4 weeks' time. But over and above that, they're very happy with the improvements that they've made in fit. The fit approvals are 81% first-time fit approvals, with the 19% remaining that are fit in the second fitting session. Even over and above that, I think the unexpected benefit that they achieved was the significant reduction in returns. There were hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds in this case, of returns that were coming in from products actually even purchased in the store or online. And it was a big problem for them. So having done this project, they also realized that not only they attained the goals that they had set for themselves, but they also in the long run saved themselves hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Very interesting case. Thank you very much, Laura. Another case study involving now the efficiency of the cutting room around our system, the cutting system, the Vector. It involves Wacol. Wacol is a very well-known and highly respected Japanese lingerie group. With divisions all over the world, their manufacturing operations are vertical, producing their products in their own factories for rapid supply and replenishment to nearby markets. a few words about the profile of Wacol. Okay, the company was founded in Japan in 1949. They launched Wacol US division in 1985. Wacol produces 45 million bras per year, employs more than 5,500 persons in 23 countries, a very, very big company, and owns and operates 353 stores throughout Japan, as well as in more than 51 countries. Their common stock is valued currently at around 13.2 billion yen. They have 6 women's intimate apparel brands: Wacol, Fancy, Freya, Elomi, Goddess, and Be Tented. So the case involves their Dominican public plant that is supplying more 60% of their products to the US operations, and had been working with Lectra for over 9 years when they contacted us for assistance to move forward. With 50 employees in the plants responsible for cutting and sewing operations, Wacol turned to Lectra for advice on how to produce more cut parts without increasing their operating costs. This plant cuts more than 4.7 million parts per year and was looking at heavily increasing demands on the inability to respond with their existing personnel and methods. So the answer was a lean manufacturing project and the implementation of the Vector Lingerie IX6. So the project had different phases, 3 phases. First, phase 1 was to improve the effectiveness and productivity with existing equipment. Phase 2 was to reduce material consumption, and phase 3 was dedicated to improving the flow of raw materials. To optimize cost saving and increase productivity, it required refining their process. A few quotes from the managers that were very involved in the project. For instance, we have Ramon Enrique Rivera, VP of Manufacturing for Wacol, who tells us that the synergy between Lectra and Wacol meant the changes prescribed by Lectra were quickly integrated, and there were almost no interruptions thanks to a fluid process based on a well-thought-out action plan. Second comment this time for Virgilio Esteves, plant manager at Wacol, very operational person, very involved in the production process. We have been able to absorb new business without increasing work hours or hiring additional personnel. So I guess that the goal was achieved there. So this concludes today's presentation. We had an overview of Fashion 4.0, who Lectra is, and how we address the different challenges of this industry with our technology, our experts, and we presented a few case studies. So now we'd like to open a little chat, Q&A session, and I think I will lead the floor to Heather. Do you have any questions from our listeners?
I have some questions for you for sure. Okay, thanks both. You did a really good job there. Okay, can you tell me, what do you see as the biggest challenge for fashion companies today?
Yeah, I'll field that one. Actually, there are many. I'll be honest. There's the speed of things. There's the way to reorganize the value chain. But I must admit that I must say that consistency of fit, and we saw a good example of one company with Tesco and FNS, is really a big challenge today for both brands and retailers. There's a continual quest for lower priced labor. There's been in the past a lot of outsourcing of grading, of sample making, and sometimes even of pattern making. And that's made it very difficult to harmonize things and to respect fit. Fit has become totally inconsistent, and even from one brand to another, there's no harmony. So it's gotten a little out of line, and probably the arrival of internet and the online purchases has amplified or has made that even worse. A lot of people, when you go in a store, you try something on. If it doesn't fit, you just don't buy it. But when you buy it online, you don't have that chance to see the fit before. And so a lot of people are returning things on a daily basis after online purchase. So companies, many companies are addressing this problem. They're starting now to bring back product development, pattern making, grading, sampling, and oftentimes they're using 3D to do that. So what we're finding is that companies that do this, it's worth every bit of investment, and the savings in returns alone more than pay for the investment in technology. But I would say that that's one of the things that we're running up against quite a bit throughout the industry.
That's great. Thanks for that, Laura. Okay, there are many PLM offers on the market today. So how does your offer differ from the others?
I think I will try to jump on that one. Okay. So regarding our PLM, Lectra Fashion PLM, it was specifically created for the fashion industry, in that it is a very this is the differentiating point of our PLM. It also provides connectivity to business systems such as ERP and CRM with full integration with business applications for design, pattern making, 3D sampling, and material conception, and connectivity also to multiple mobile applications, because now people are not only connected to one place, they need to move. So we had to address that aspect of the evolution of our customers. And also, this is how we are able to make the most of our PLM offer also. You can find out more about our PLM. We have a new webinar, by the way, a webinar upcoming in November, right? I think November 22nd, right, Heather?
Yes, that's right.
Dedicated to.
You do, yeah.
Yes, if our have very specific question on that, I think they will have the big picture, the full picture of our new Lectra Fashion PLM 4.0.
Excellent. Well, we shall look forward to that. So put that one in your diaries for the 22nd of November. Okay, your cutting systems have a good reputation in the industry, but they're more expensive than your competitors' solutions. So how do you justify the price?
Okay, I'll attack that one. That's a question that we're asked often, honestly, because we are at a higher price point. We are a best-in-class solution. But really, when you consider things all considered, there's an investment and there's the profit that you make from the investment. And if we consider that the vector range is considered by apparel companies that use it as a best-in-class solution, the price point is higher because it uses the best in technology, not only the hardware, but the software, the services, and also the connectivity. We can't forget that it's a fully connected solution that allows us to go above and beyond just the cutting itself. It's all about the cutting environment, everything that's in preparation to cutting, during cutting, and after cutting, and that whole entire process needs to be taken into consideration. So when customers compare, when they do benchmarks and when they look at the entire cutting room and how that environment can be improved, they well see that speed, precision, and performance are very important, but also that our vector solutions shine in providing the best in cutting quality and the lowest cost of ownership, which means enormous savings in the long run. So of course you might spend more initially, but what you get is so much more in the end. So it's really an investment for the future, and it's something that all of our customers will attest to today that are using this particular solution.
Brilliant, that's great. Well, thanks for clearing that up. It's always a difficult one, I think, when you're talking about price. Okay, we've got time for just one more question, and I'm going to throw this one at you because this is an interesting one. What do you offer for small companies or new companies just starting out, or do your solutions span across the different sizes of companies throughout the industry?
Well, obviously we do have small companies, medium-sized companies, and very large companies among our current customer base. For some of the smaller companies, this is why our solutions are modular. We have entry-level solutions that smaller companies can use, and as they grow, they can move up to higher-level solutions that suit their needs in a better way. We're also moving towards software as a service. So we alluded to that in one of the slides. And that means that we'll be offering software that people can, rather than outright purchasing it, they'll be able to rent it on a monthly basis for an annual contract. So this is something that's brand new to Lectra. It's something that's happening throughout the industry, and many of the smaller companies find this as an easy way to get in with a lower investment in the initial phases, and as they need, they can move towards higher solutions. So there are many ways that we can work with customers, smaller customers, to get them into the right size and the right modules in our solutions. I think it's just a matter of deciding what their objectives are, where their pain points are, where we can do the most with the least, and then move them forward as their businesses grow. And that's what we do with all of our customers here at Lectra. Fantastic.
Well, it's certainly a great way to start. So thank you very much to both of you for jumping on board to this webinar for us today. And again, if you have any further questions with regards to the topic today, then please feel free to send them through to myself, Heather at just-style.com, and I will be more than happy to pass those on to Laura and Valerie for you. So both of you, thank you very much for today, and I look forward to hearing from you in the next month.